Good morning, Trucker John here. Third and final day of orientation. So I expect it to be a little bit more busy today. Hopefully we get out and actually see some trucks today, do some pre-trips. Hopefully we get on that simulator. So stick around and I'll let you know how it goes. All right, back in the hotel, we finished prime orientation day 3. And as expected, it was a little bit more involved today. We got to see some trucks finally. And here we go. I'll tell you all about it. The same thing as the other 3 days. Now we got our little muffin for our breakfast in the lobby here. Then 14 of us had to take turns taking the shuttle and wait for everyone to show up before we started class. And our first order of business, of course, was to write down our lunch selections. And then we went right into a safety class. Now the safety class is mandatory and it has to be completed annually. So just heads up, if you are taking a safety class when you arrive to Prime, or if you have taken one, you have to do that annually. And Ben, our safety instructor, recommends scheduling them every 6 months just to stay compliant. And you do get paid extra to come in to take the class. So mark it on your calendar. That's what I did. As soon as he told me that, I went right to my calendar. And 6 months from today, I put a note in there, hey, schedule your training and get it done. So we started our safety class with a video, and Ben would basically pause it throughout the video to give some further information on what they were talking about. Altogether, we looked at about 4 videos, I want to say, and it lasted about 3.5 hours. So it was a lengthy class. However, it wasn't too hard to follow. You know, it was one of those typical training videos you had to watch with some terrible, Class C acting, but it wasn't that bad. We got through it. There was some good information in there. And in between that, he would call students into his office and issue our work information. And let me show you what they gave us. So once you are fully cleared through their system, background check, work verification, drug screening, everything you have to do that's required legally for them in order to become a driver has to be done by your 3rd day of orientation. So what I would recommend doing, even though you send your recruiter all of your W-2s for your last 3 years of work history and all of this information they've asked for, bring it with you anyway, because my previous employer, they didn't ask for the W-2s. I didn't send them W-2s. They had a hard time getting hold of my HR to verify my employment for the last 2 years at my bus driving job. So that put me on hold. And if I don't get that information by the end of orientation on 3rd day, I'm basically stuck and can't move forward in the process until that happens. And today's Friday, no one works on the weekends, so there's a good chance I'm stuck all the way through the weekend doing nothing and wasting my time. So don't let that happen to you. Bring all that information, or make sure you are communicating properly with your recruiter. Don't have that issue. We had one student, I think on the first day, not bring some sort of eligibility to work in the U.S. documentation, whether it be the passport or a birth certificate. So he got sent home because he has to physically have that with him in hand. And they do tell you that in the beginning. And I said that in my first video on what to bring to truck driving school. If you haven't seen that, go back and look at it and really pay attention to everything I say you have to bring, because you do have to bring that. Even with that, I still had an issue. So definitely make sure you're really bringing everything you have to bring. So everybody that was in class did get cleared today. Some people were waiting till the last second, like me, but we finally got approved. Everything was great. Before lunchtime, everyone was approved, so we were good. So once you're approved, you get all of your work stuff. And let me show you what that is. So the first thing I got was my Prime ID. That's how it looks like. So this is also your COM data card. It's a MasterCard, I'll show you there, the MasterCard. So this is also your work ID. You can swipe it to get into the facilities. You have to wear it on your person while you're on their property to show that you're an employee. And this is where they load your $200 weekly while you're in PSD to help you pay for food. You have to activate it just like a credit card or a debit card from your bank. And there's an app you could download where you can check your balance, check activity, online banking, basically. Then also they're going to give you this pre-trip inspection sheet. You definitely want to be studying that. Even if you know how to do a pre-trip inspection, which I, again, have some sort of an advantage because I used to be a bus driver and we had to do a pre-trip. It's obviously different because it's a truck, but it's also different if you are a truck driver coming to Prime, because Prime's verbiage may be different. And there are several YouTube videos out there that show this. And it also depends on the state. So there's a lot of varying factors here. I may do a video later once I'm done with probably even TNT training. Once I'm completely done with all this, I might make a video on how you can pass your pre-trip inspection the easy way. So watch out for that video. It's gonna be a while, but I'll have it out there. Then also you get your trucking Bible. It's your safety regulation book. You have to have this within physical reach at all times while you're driving. So it has to be like up in your sun visor area or in your door. Yeah, this is some sort of requirement to have. And they give you a Prime reflective vest. So when you're on training out on the pad, doing whatever, you have to have that on. It's a requirement. Anybody out in the yard has to have that on, just for visibility sakes. Obviously, there's a lot of trucks running around. You're walking in between them, so you need to be visible. Also, when once you're on the truck and out on docks somewhere, you're gonna have to have some docks, some warehouses require you to have a vest, so they give you that. And then, of course, they give you this nice little tote bag to put everything in. Throw everything in there, your paper logs, your trucking safety guide, anything you need to physically have on you to legally drive a truck. Throw it in there and you just put it in your door, side door, put it up above here, anywhere where you're gonna have a DOT inspection, get pulled over, or if you just need to reference it or whatever, bam, it's right there. You don't have to go searching for it. It's actually required. It's actually a DOT law that these have to be within reach from the driver's seat where you're driving. So while everybody was doing that one student at a time, we're watching our safety videos. We basically finished a good 40 minutes before lunchtime. So they gave a lot of us an opportunity to call our fleet managers, introduce ourselves, talk to our trainers if we received one, also get our comm data card activated. There's a number you need to call to get that activated. And then we had lunch. And then for lunch today, I had a turkey bacon wrap, which is pretty good. You know, everything on these menus were good. And then right after lunch, we went out to the pad for the first time. Put on our safety vests. We had our IDs around our neck and all that. We looked like official employees of Prime, even though we're not yet. So we walked out to the pad, and it was quite a long walk. You know, I was expecting to go down the flight of stairs, go out into the backyard, and bam, the pad's right there with all the trucks. No, we walked quite a bit, and it was warm, but that's okay. But we got out there to the pad, and there were some students out there working on trucks, practicing the pre-trip, practicing backing with the trailer and the truck, so that was pretty neat to see. And then when we got there, they broke us up into two groups. We were the A team, and yeah, we basically for the first time ever got to be in front of a truck with the hood open, looking at the engine, and we just went through our pre-trip inspection. Went component by component. We had a guy there helping us, you know, showing exactly where things were, because, you know, a lot of people don't know where the alternator is. I didn't know where the water pump was. You know, I know what one looks like. I just didn't know where it was in this huge, massive slack adjuster and push rod. I know where they are on a bus, so I had an idea. I know they're down by the brakes. Couldn't find it though, so I had to have one of the instructors show me where it's at and how it worked and where it's connected to. So that was our training for the rest of the day. You know, we were there about 1 o'clock until about 3:30. We all had a chance to really go through there and try and find some sort of style on how we're going to learn this pre-trip, because there was really no one there to show us what to do. We just had this piece of paper showing you things, and we had this other student there that's been there for 3 weeks showing us what to do. So kind of on your own. If you don't know anything about an engine, don't know anything about trucks, if you're really ignorant to these things, you're gonna be challenged. Because I was challenged. I know about engines. I know about brakes and air compressors and things like that. I'm have some experience with that, and it's still a bit of a challenge. That basically wrapped up our day 3 of orientation. So out of the 3 days, again, I think this one was the best for me because I got to actually do some hands-on stuff with the engine of the truck, taking a look at things. Didn't get inside of a truck, didn't drive a truck. We're not there yet, but I definitely learned a lot today. And Calvin, one of my classmates, we kind of partnered up and we broke down this list on the pre-trip to kind of dumb it down for us on how we can really memorize these things. And I think we came up with a pretty good formula. And again, I'm going to make a video on that eventually to share that with you. And it was really helpful. So no training simulator today. They're saying maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday. It might not happen. They have one simulator right now here in Salt Lake City, and there's 14 of us. Okay, 2 people went out on the truck already. 1 person I think got a truck already. So that kind of shortened our class down a little. There's a few. I think somebody's leaving tomorrow. A few people leaving on Sunday. I'm leaving either Sunday night or Monday, depending when my trainer will get here and he actually gets loaded out of here. So hopefully we'll get on the simulator. If not, no big deal. I plan to do laundry maybe Sunday before I have to take off, just to have some fresh clothes for the trip. Then when we got back to the hotel, guess what? Our restaurant was still closed, and the lady at the front desk confirmed that it will also be closed tomorrow. So I do have a voucher, and again, they're gonna give me $10 for it, and I'll go grab some food. So I'm not going to show you, I'm not going to go into that with this video. I think it's been long enough. But I'll grab something around here, some fast food or a restaurant. And then tomorrow I'm basically on my own. Get to either use my Common Data card for the first time. But I don't want to use the $200. So let me just use some of my cash I brought or some of my emergency funds. So, I just got to kind of budget and do what's best for me. I guess let everything spread out, and I don't want to owe too much money to them at the end of this. But yeah, that's it, guys. I've done with orientation. I'm ready for my PSD. I'm ready to hit the road. Tomorrow I will be out on the pad pretty much all day, doing pre-trip inspection, and that's probably it. That's what I'm gonna be doing. So I may or may not do some videos on that, because it's not too much I can really say other than what I've said today. So there's a good chance you might not see a video for a while. Not too long, because like I said, I will be on the truck within the next 2-3 days tops. So I will be posting some sort of information, even though it's just a short 3-4 minute video. I'll keep you guys updated on where I am with this process and what's going on, the good and the bad, and yeah, where I'm going on this journey. So thanks for joining me, and yeah, we'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.